We're live now, Councillor Forster.
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for attending my Executive Member for Commercial Strategy, Estates and Property Decision Day. This Decision Day is being held virtually and is being webcast on YouTube via the County Council website. It's a fairly short agenda today, so we'll kick off. In terms of deputations, I don't believe we've had any received, have we?
No, none received.
Okay, that's good. And there are no non-exempt, non-confidential key decisions to be taken either. We've got two items next on the agenda, non-key decisions. The first one is the 2022-23 revenue budget report for CCBS. The report has been circulated. It's got the recommendations. I wonder if I can ask you, Felicity, I'd assume, to give a very brief overview on it, if that's okay.
Yes, of course. As you heard this morning, it was also debated by Policy and Resources Select Committee this morning, and they recommended its approval to you. It's a quiet year for budgets generally, in that they're basically rolled over from 2021 to 2022-3. The pressures within CCBS are going to be around recruitment and retention and the recovery from COVID, which we will deal with in the course of the coming year, and inflation is looming its head. But basically, these budgets are a continuation of what we've been doing this year, and I'm expecting to be able to manage within them.
Thank you, Felicity. That's nice and concise. There's a lot of detail within the budgets. It highlights the fact that we do have those pressures that you just mentioned, particularly on staffing and costs. But having reviewed this in some detail, I'm comfortable with what we're putting forward, and I think it allows us to deliver the best potential range of work for the council and for our residents. So in terms of the two recommendations, number two, I should say, being the revised revenue budget for 2021 as set out in Appendix 1, and I'm happy to make that recommendation to go ahead with that as stated. And summary revenue budget for 22-23, also as stated in Appendix 1, to make that recommendation for submission to the Leader and Cabinet. Okay, if we can now move on to the next item on the agenda. This is a confidential item, so I need to request the exclusion of press and public. Sorry?
Capital programme.
Sorry, I missed. You're quite right. I'm sorry, I'm scanning ahead. The problem with only having one screen working. Thank you very much. Okay, item 2, before we go on to the confidential items. Item 2 is that 2022 and 3 to 24-25 capital programme report for CCBS, as detailed on the report 19 to 44, and there are recommendations on page 19. Felicity, do you want to give us that succinct report again?
So this is the capital programme for the department. It also incorporates the capital programme and main spend for schools. We have a significant capital programme for the coming year of over 50 million, which includes a significant amount of rollover from previous years, which is always expected within the capital programme, but has been enhanced by COVID. We will be able to expand our capacity to deliver this through our partnership working with MACE in terms of programme management, and Select Committee were keen to endorse this morning. It does represent a very significant investment into the fabric of Hampshire's buildings, particularly into schools, a significant programme of recladding on the Salex buildings, and the beginning of our work to deliver carbon neutrality by 2050.
Thank you, Felicity. I'm delighted to see this. The fact that we've had support on the Salex project for that carry forward, I think, is beneficial, and the work we're doing fits in very nicely with our move towards net zero over time. I'm very happy. There's a number of recommendations in this, as detailed on page 19. The recommendations are to approved for submission to the leader and the entire cabinet. There are 6 recommendations there. Assuming that it is okay, and Louise, I take your guidance on those. Is it all right to take them en bloc? Yep.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Well, on that basis, recognising that some of the work we're doing may have to be revised in due course, but will be within these recommendations, trying to get the best value for money for our residents. I'm happy to approve all 6 of those recommendations as laid out on the report. Thank you. Now I will move to what I jumped to earlier, which is the exclusion of press and public. If I can read the brief statement, we have to resolve that the public be excluded from the meeting during the following item of business, as it's likely in view of the nature of the business to be transacted or the nature of the proceedings that if members of the public were present during this item, there'd be disclosure to them of exempt information within para 3 of part 1 of Schedule 12A to the Local Government Act 1972. And further, that in all the circumstances of the case, the public interest in maintaining the exclusion outweighs the public interest in disclosing the information for the reasons set out in the report. I assume everyone is happy with that, but if not, please let me know. On that basis, I would like the webcast to be stopped, and if you can let me know that so we can carry on with the remaining business.